He lost everything in one night. And the monk on the mountain told him it was the best thing that ever happened to him. His name was Arjun, 29 years old, a rice farmer in a small village near Varanasi, and for 7 years he worked like an animal. Until finally he had the biggest harvest the village had ever seen. People respected him. His father, who once called him useless, finally looked at him with proud eyes. Arjun stood in his field one evening, looked at the golden rice swaying in the wind, and for the first time in his life he whispered to himself, "I made it." That night, the fire came. Nobody knows how it started. Some said a lamp fell, some said it was the wind, but by morning every single grain was ash. 7 years of sweat, 7 years of bleeding hands and aching bones, gone. Just like that. Arjun did not cry, he did not scream, he just stood there staring at the black ground. His children pulled his hand. He felt nothing. Days passed. He stopped eating. He stopped going to the field. He just sat at the door of his hut, staring at nothing, like a man whose soul had left. Then one morning, his grandmother, 80 years old, she sat beside him and said something strange. "Go to the mountain, find the monk they call Tara. He lost more than you. Ask him how he still smiles." A monk? What does a monk know about losing everything? He has nothing to lose in the first place. His grandmother looked at him with those cloudy old eyes and said very quietly, "That is exactly why he knows." So after 3 days of sitting in his own silence, he got up and walked toward the mountain. It took 2 days. His legs were weak, his stomach empty, and the path was steep and cruel. But maybe that was the point, because by the time he reached the top, he was so tired that all his anger had burned away, and only the raw, naked question remained. Why did this happen to me? The monk was not what he expected. Tara was young, maybe 40. He was sitting under a banyan tree, feeding birds, and when Arjun collapsed in front of him, breathing hard, eyes red, Tara did not even look up. He just said, "You lost something." Arjun nodded. "And now you think your life is over?" Arjun nodded again. Tara finally looked at him, and his eyes were terrifying, not because they were angry. Brushed the dust from his robe and walked toward the edge of the cliff. The wind was strong up there, the kind of wind that makes you feel small and alive at the same time. "You came here for peace," Tara said without turning around. "But I am not going to give you peace. I am going to give you truth, and truth does not feel like peace, not at first." He turned and looked at Arjun with those scarred, calm, impossible eyes. A sound erupted from the valley below, a sound Arjun knew too well. The village bell, ringing wild and desperate, the bell they only rang when someone was about. And in that single frozen second, Arjun realized the bell was ringing for his father. Arjun's body moved before his mind. He spun toward the path, feet already sliding on loose rocks, but Tara's voice hit him from behind, like a hand grabbing his collar. "If you go down that mountain carrying this much chaos inside you, you will not save him. You will just fall apart next to him." "Yes," Tara said, walking toward him slowly, "and you want to run to him. But tell me honestly, Arjun, are you running to save your father, or are you running because you are terrified of being the man who was not there, the man who failed again, the man whose rice burned, and whose father died while he sat on a mountain talking to a monk?" That sentence hit Arjun so hard, he actually stumbled backward, because it was true, every word. He was not just scared of losing his father, he was scared of what that loss would prove about him, that he was the useless boy his father once called him, that nothing he built. "Here are the 6 words I was going to tell you. Your rice burned, but you are not the rice. Your father is sick, but you are not his sickness. Your whole life you have been stitching your name onto things that can be taken, your harvest, your father's pride, your village's respect, and every time one of those things tears away, Arjun's eyes filled with water, like a river that had been blocked for years, and the wall just cracked. "Now go," Tara said. "Go to your father, but go as Arjun, not as the farmer, not as the failure, not as the son who needs approval. just as Arjun, and hold his hand, and let whatever happens next happen without telling yourself a story about what it means about you. He ran down that mountain faster and when he reached the village, panting, covered in dust and sweat, "The field," his father whispered, until suddenly the darkness is gone. His father lived, not because of a miracle. The village healer had given him herbs. Arjun did not rebuild the field. Not the same way. He went back to farming, yes, because that was his life, but this time he did not pour his entire soul into the harvest. He worked hard, but he held it lightly, the way you hold a bird, firm enough so it does not fall, loose enough so it can fly. I know, and that is okay, because I am not this. He lost something on that mountain. He lost the version of himself that needed the world to stay still in order to feel safe. And he gained something he could not name, a kind of quiet steadiness, not happiness exactly, more like a deep okayness that stayed even when things were not okay. Kunal here, I think the bravest thing I ever did was not building something big. It was learning to let something go and realizing I was still standing after it left, still breathing, still me. The Buddhist principle behind this story is upadana, clinging. Subscribe to the Mind of Buddha and share this